So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, we are bringing you guys another episode of 5 best sports card investments right now that are under $100. Now, as we know, the basketball season is just kicking off. The football season's in full swing. We got playoff baseball. We've got a lot of things moving on in the sports card market right now. So I'm going to be breaking down where I see opportunity, both in the short term and the long term. So I know you guys have missed the series. I've been seeing a lot of comments. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into our first pick. And that is going to be none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, Giannis has been laying a little bit on the low recently. His market has been down quite a lot in recent months. Even in the recent years, his market has been very, very soft compared to where it was. I think due to his couple injuries in the last couple playoffs, the Bucks have not been where they usually are, which is right at the top of the Eastern Conference. And I do believe that they're going to figure it out with Dame and Giannis. And I do believe that Giannis is either going to have a very big bounce back season and the Bucks are going to do very well, or there's a chance that he does get moved off the Bucks. I think he's a winner. He wants to win, and if it's not in Milwaukee, I think he's going to end up potentially in a bigger market team where his investment opportunity could continue to grow larger. There are a lot of cards of his I like around the $100 range. There is a second-year Select Silver that is around $100 in a PSA 10. All of his cards are super, super low pop, and his rookie cards are very expensive, especially his very, very solid rookie cards. Even his base prisms are fairly low pop, and they're still, compared to recent years, they're not very expensive and they're not super high pop. So if you look at like a PSA 8, for example, if you do want to stretch that budget a little bit, I think it's definitely a great buy. I'm not including it because it's not technically under $100, but I think a lot of this you can get for pretty decent prices are definitely good buys in my opinion. So Giannis in general, a lot of his premier cards that you can get under $100, I would 100% say is a buy right now. He's still one of the faces of the league. I think he's just undergoing a little bit of a time where he's a little bit on the lay low. And I think that's oftentimes presenting a good buying opportunity. Even his select rookie card, pretty low pop. You can get his PSA 9s for around $100. I think this is a no-brainer. Pop under 1,000, one of the faces of the league, potentially going to win more championships in his career. I believe he will. So I just think that's overall a very, very good buy. Now, next up on the list, we've got someone that I think people are not expecting me to talk about because you guys know when new products come out, I am not a big investor in new products, especially when it's not pro-uni. However, I do think there is a good short-term opportunity with Reed Shepard's cards. Now, Reed Shepard, in my personal opinion, is one of the best players in this draft class, and I think he's going to have a stellar rookie season. I went to watch him play in Summer League. I've been studying the rookie class quite a bit, and he is my pick for the guy who I think could have a breakout season. I don't think he's going to, of course, a rookie, there's only so much expectation, but I think he has a good chance to exceed those expectations. And given there's a good amount of time before his, pro-uni cards come out, I think until then there could be good opportunities if he starts the season strong for some of his other cards, like a Topps Chrome McDonald's Refractor PSA 10 that you can get for, around $50. I think if he starts the season strong, there could be a lot of hype and demand in Reed Shepard's market, and that could trickle down as we saw happen with guys like C.J. Stroud, Wembanyama. When rookies, what we're seeing happen with Jaden Daniels right now in the football market, we're seeing a lot of people go for his college uni just because he doesn't have his pro uni and people are trying to invest in his card. So I think it's a good opportunity, especially if you can get an auto around $100 price range. I think that's going to be a little bit safer than going for a non-auto. So if you go after one of these, like around $100 for a PSA 8, I think it could be a great play. Of course, it's a little bit risky than most of the other investments that I recommend, but I still think it is a good buy. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is going to be none other than Stephen Curry and his 2009 Upper Deck rookie card. Now, this card in a PSA 9 has continued to drop. It is close to $100. For the sake of this video, we can look at the PSA 8, which is a tad bit under $100. Steph Curry 2009, similar to Giannis, very low pop year. A lot of his cards are super low pop. This is one of his premier rookie cards given. His tops and tops chromes are super low pop. You don't see them that much. If you look at his tops chromes, they're out of 500 and very expensive. So a lot of investors of Steph Curry go towards his Upper Deck and other rookie cards. Now, Steph Curry's in another lay low moment. The Warriors have not been super relevant the last couple years, yet he is such a legend with such long-term collectability and long-term stability that I think now buying the dip in his cards, one of his premier rookie cards for under $100, I think is a good buying opportunity. You can see that these cards have continued to cool down throughout the summer, and I think it's a good time to buy in. The Warriors, I'm not expecting so much from them, but given the long-term opportunity with Steph, how much of a collectible player he is for the long term, I think his cards are going to continue to perform very well in the long term, and some short-term upside if the Warriors are able to figure it out, potentially trade for another star, whatever ends up happening with the rest of his career. But I think he's already solidified enough to where, given how low his prices are, I'm a buyer no matter what at these price points. Similar vibe for our next player, Kevin Durant. He is an all-time legend as well, and his cards have gotten so low. You can get a lot of his premier rookie cards for clearly under $100. Even a PSA 9 for his Topps black border, which is the more rare compared to the white border, you can get for around $50. I just think Durant, given how much of a legend he is and how low his prices have gotten, I think it's a great long-term play and potentially short-term play. I don't want to say for sure, but if the Suns somehow figure it out and have a playoff run this year, you could see his cards back in the relevant stage. But his cards have also been pretty irrelevant for the last couple of years, so I'm personally a buyer in Kevin Durant's market. Now, next up, we're going to go for someone kind of out left field, someone whose name you probably haven't heard in a while, and that is Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is in the stage right after retirement where his cards are no longer in the legend, are no longer in the current player premium phase, and they're not yet in the legendary phase of the sports card market. This is usually where we see prices the lowest. If we look at Kobe's cards, where they were 2016 to 2017 compared to 2019 to 2020, of course, there were other reasons for that. But, if you look at a lot of other legends, after they retire is when their prices are the lowest. And I think right now Carmelo Anthony's cards have gotten so low that I think for the long term, when he gets put in that legendary status, one of the greatest scorers of all time, one of the greatest Team USA Olympians of all time, I just think his cards are very undervalued. Also, same draft class as LeBron, so this set in general will always have so much relevance. 2003 Topps Chrome Refractors will always have a bunch of relevance, and the fact that you can get a PSA 8 Pop 27 of Carmelo for under $100, I think is a very good long-term play. I think just him going down as one of the best USA players of all time, one of the best scorers of all time, a New York Knicks legend, a New York legend, for under $100. When he does get transitioned into that kind of legendary phase, when he makes the Hall of Fame, I think there'll be a big buzz around his name again. Maybe not to the extent, of course, during his, peak playing career, but I think his overall demand and collectability in New York and, Denver, I think is going to lead to his cards, being cherished in the long term. And I think the set overall will be cherished. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you guys so much for 50,000 subscribers. If you haven't already, give us a follow on Instagram at SportsCardInvest. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.